Okay, children, that concludes our trip around the solar system in our magic school bus. And here we'll take a few minutes just to summarize a few of the key words that you need to remember as we move forward to climate change, greenhouse effects, and so on. First one is atmosphere. We looked at various planets, especially Earth. We mentioned Moon, Venus, Mars, and so on. They all have an atmosphere, which is what typically holds life. There is, of course, many life forms within the water, within the earth, and so on. But atmosphere is where the gases, we look at the composition of atmospheres. We haven't talked about it much, but you already probably heard of atmosphere of the earth having almost 79% nitrogen, some 20% oxygen, and the rest is made up of argon, CO2, and other gases, right? So you need to remember the orbits. We talked about the orbits of each planet, Earth's planet, especially with its uh, elliptical orbit around the sun, obliquity, and tilt of the axis, and precession, and so on. And we have to remember Earth has an inner core and outer core, mantle, and crust, and so on. And you can think of magma, where molten rocks are flowing, and sometimes they come spewing out of the volcanoes, and so on. So, all these are various concepts you should remember as we go along. We'll learn much more, but now we'll focus more on uh, carbon dioxide, other greenhouse gases, greenhouse effects, Earth's atmosphere, Earth's oceans, land. We talked about the atmosphere of the Venus being very different from that of the Earth, and so on. So let's leave the solar system behind for now. It's just a background, and now we'll focus more on Earth and its atmosphere and what we mean by global warming. Where does the warming happen when we say global warming? Right. So it'll be much more fun, and we have many more podcasts to go through, but you can pick and choose what is most interesting for you. There'll be some that are very useful that you don't want to miss, but there are some that you can skip, like this entire around the solar system. You can skip and just move to climate and climate change. Okay. See you in the next set of podcasts.